What's going on, guys? It's Alex, and today I want to talk a little bit about Infinite Warfare. So the beta just ended yesterday, and I kind of want to talk about a few things about the game before the release. So what I want to talk about today is weapon balancing. So overall, I feel like this game was pretty good. As you can imagine, most people kind of gravitate towards the SMGs and assault rifles, so those, in my opinion, were very balanced. I feel like nothing really needs to be changed with any of the ones that were in the beta. I feel like those were pretty solid. However, the problem arises once we get to the snipers and the shotguns. So a lot of people had a lot of problems with the snipers, especially the KBS longbow. And I would agree to an extent. I feel like the KBS, even with me playing, I was getting a lot of one-shot kills, like to the foot. I'd get like a leg shot or something to get a one-shot kill. Personally, I feel like that shouldn't happen. I think, chest and head, maybe waist on like a bolt action or something. But I feel like for the most part, chest and up should be a one-hit kill, and a leg shot should never be a one-hit kill. So I do have a little bit of a problem with that. However, I don't think it was as overpowered as most people made it out to be. Most people are sitting here just complaining, saying, I'm just getting destroyed by these snipers, all this stuff. And how I see it is, I don't really think they're that overpowered. I think the KBS just has a little bit too much damage to lower extremities. But other than that, I feel like it's actually fairly balanced. Like the other two snipers that we got to use, I feel like those are very balanced. I think the problem is, I think what happened is Activision made it so that snipers were actually very usable. I feel like they kind of shy away from, or developers in general kind of shy away from certain weapons being very usable, because people seem to complain a lot about weapons that kill super fast. If they're some kind of automatic weapon, it takes a few shots. They think, oh, you have to have a lot of skill to be able to land those shots, which I'm not arguing with. However, I feel like a lot of people complain simply when they get killed fast. But my thing is, when you have a weapon that can kill you super fast, i.e. a shotgun or a sniper rifle, you're at a huge disadvantage depending on your location. So you have to place yourself very well. You have to choose your situations where you fight a lot better. If you're running around with a shotgun, yeah, if you're right next to the guy, he's going to have the advantage. But if you're 15 feet away, the guy with a shotgun is not going to be able to kill you unless he can outmaneuver you. So I feel like people complain about these things where really they're just not playing skillfully. And I'm not saying like, oh, you have to be so skillful to use a sniper effectively or a shotgun effectively, because you don't necessarily. But to consistently do well, you have to place yourself, you have to pick your situations extremely well. So I feel like it's not very difficult, or it's not overpowered or something if something can kill fast. Because a sniper, you have the lines of sight and everything, but you're not always in a great situation. And if you miss your first shot, you're pretty much dead. So I feel like they're not as powerful as most people think they are. So I feel like if on the snipers, on the KBS specifically, if they would just make it so you can't get a one-shot kill to like the foot or the legs or something like that, I feel like it'd be perfect. I feel like this is one of the games where snipers are actually very usable, which I like a lot. So let's move on to the shotguns. This, I feel like, is the complete opposite. So I feel like they tried to make snipers very usable and accessible to most people. However, I feel like shotguns, not so much. Now, there were 3 shotguns. I don't remember exactly what they were called. I know the Banshee is the pump action, but there were 2 semi-automatic shotguns. One was an energy weapon and one was a ballistic weapon. I feel like the very first shotgun you get, I feel like was terrible. I personally think it should be buffed a little bit. If anything, I feel like the range was fine. I feel like it should just have like maybe 10% more damage per shot. Like, if I'm putting 4 or 5 shots into people and still not getting kills, like, I feel like it was very, very, very underpowered. I feel like the semi-auto, the one that was an energy weapon, I think DCM-8 or something like that, I feel like that one was pretty well balanced. I feel like that was a pretty solid weapon. I like that one a lot. So that one can stay where it is. However, the Banshee, which is where most people are going to gravitate towards, because most people want to use the pump actions, more damage, maybe more range. This one I found was very inconsistent, and personally what I would like to see done with this is, I feel like the range of the damage is fine. I feel like they just need to extend the one-hit kill range. if they just did that by a little bit, because you have to be literally like touching the guy to be able to kill him with one hit. So I feel like if they could like double the range, maybe not double, but extend it a little bit, how far the one-hit kill range is, I feel like that'd be perfect. Because you can pretty consistently get 2-hit kills even from reasonable range. I feel like that's perfect. The 2-hit kill range is perfect. The actual range where you get hit markers is perfect. But the one-hit kill range is really, really, really short, and way too short in my opinion. So, like I said, the assault rifles, SMGs are good. LMGs are actually pretty decent. So this is something kind of interesting. You should actually check out the LMGs. The RAW was one of my favorite weapons of the beta. As you can see, I'll have a lot of gameplay with it. But the snipers and the shotguns, I feel like, need to be tweaked a little bit. Nothing too major, but just tweaked a little bit. So that moves us on to explosives in general. These need to be, in my opinion, I know a lot of people share this opinion, explosive, like the grenades, the launchers, they need to be nerfed. I mean, I feel like every corner you turn there's a grenade. That one that like splits in and then it's like incendiary and stuff. That thing was crazy. I mean, there's grenade, like you literally like throw a robotic spider and it'll follow you and then explode. Like, I feel like something like that, where it's like a drone, it should be able to do a lot of damage, maybe 99% of your health, but I don't feel like it should be able to kill you. I mean, if it can literally follow you, I feel like it shouldn't be able to do so much damage. Let's see, that explosive, the one that like splits off into pieces, those are the only two I used. Because I mean, in the beta they were very good, so I took advantage of them, but in the full game I would like to see them a little bit nerfed. I mean, you know, you're capturing an objective, someone can just lob a grenade, and you know, I got so many triple kills and stuff, like, that's just not fair. I feel like it should be, you'd have to literally be sitting on the grenade for it to kill you. Like, I mean, basically just how it's always been in Call of Duty, you know, I mean, if you get a frag grenade or something, like, you have to be pretty close for it to kill you. It can do a lot of damage at a little bit of range, but you have to be super close for it to actually kill you. So, those are my thoughts. I feel like most of the game is pretty well balanced. Again, this is only the beta. Everything's pretty well balanced, but there's a few tweaks I'd like to see here and there. So in the comments, let me know what you guys think. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, maybe some more points and stuff. But that's the video, guys. If you liked it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in that next one. Peace.